Hello, I'm going to channel, which is I'm going to step aside. They sort of call me the host, and I'm going to step aside and sort of watch. So I get to watch from over here and kind of eavesdrop on what they're talking about. And then they're just going to pass through, I don't know what, but something probably useful or sweet, maybe. I can do private channeling sessions too on the phone, and you can check that out on the Facebook page. Unless that's what you're on right now, then you already know about that. If not, then you can go on YouTube and watch the YouTube videos. Okay, that's enough for me. All right. We will continue on a certain, we would call it vein, but we're going to call it path instead. We're going to take you along a certain path, and we will see if you can understand what it is we are referring to. As you come into your physical self, you come in with a certain amount of unconditional love and knowing and connection with some energy. That you know automatically. It's just part of your being when you come into human form. So at the beginning, you're sort of crawling along there at a slow pace. You're looking around. There's no real worries. Everything's fine. The whole universe is going on through all eternity, and everything's going on at its own pace, and you're really not too concerned about things because you've just come from a place of great love and understanding and unfolding, easy unfolding. So you're pretty chill when you get there. Then you start hanging around with the adults, and they're pretty frazzled. Everything's a big deal. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh no, look out for this. Everyone starts talking like that, and at first you're thinking, you're a bunch of weirdos. Everything's going to unfold as it's supposed to. Then after a while, it's like you're the only one that's speaking that way. So then you start to think, oh dear, maybe I am the weirdo. Maybe it's not them at all. Maybe it's me that's off. And then there comes a time when you're spending more time with them, so you start to have these conversations. That's a terrible, tragic thing, don't you think? It's going to be worse. It's going to get worse, and that's the terrible thing. And you start to join in the conversation, and your energy changes. Now your energy changes from chill, let it unfold, it's unfolding anyway, to, oh no, what next? It's a different energy, you see? You can feel and sense the energy difference just by the host speaking in these two different ways. Now you're on this path. Some of you are like, chill out, man. And some of you are like, you don't understand, the tragedy is coming any minute. Now these two humans cannot coexist. Now, the reason they cannot coexist is because you each must decide what is true. Is everything a tragedy, or is everything unfolding as it will? You can't live together because you'll be arguing all of the time. Chill out. Why don't you start worrying about things that are important? You see, it would cause more damage for you to be near one another, so it creates a great discord. So now the path, this road we would call it, veers off in two directions. Now you don't hear each other, so it's better. You can't recall discord any longer because now you fit in. Whichever party you went, if you go to the let's chill out and not worry party, you're all agreeing with it. So there, you're fine. There's no more argument. On this side, it's like there's a tragedy. It's happening any moment. You all agree, so there you are. So now there's a certain amount of peace, you see, because you have decided which way to go, and each camp is completely on side. So you think that would be the end of this human story. The road goes, the road splits in two, and there you are. You stay on your side, we will stay on our side. So what has happened? What has happened, you see? What has happened is this. As you sit with like-minded beings, you start to wonder, is there more to life? Am I missing something? Now this happens naturally to humans when you spend enough time there in humanity. When there's enough disruption at some point, you start to question and think, am I missing something? Is there a connection that I'm missing? And the only way for you to find this connection now is to look at the others and examine them just for one more time to say, did I miss something with them? Both sides will do this because it's the human way. Did I miss something? Are they perhaps correct? Are they perhaps correct? And this beautiful place where you are when you say, perhaps I'm missing something, perhaps they are correct, brings a place of love and connection from human to human. And this is what we wish to speak of, somewhere in the middle, the meeting place, where there's empathy and open-heartedness. This is where the connection to the universe exists. It is the connection from human to human, no matter what it is and how you act while you're in human form. There will come a point when it doesn't matter what you act like, because you are connected human to human, soul to soul, you see. That's why it doesn't really matter if you live on this side or on this side of the street. It turns out you are all one. It turns out that you have come from the same universe of love, and you will be returning to the same universe of love. That's your connection. It's in the middle of the road, you see. That's where the curious wander over and start to chat with one another. And they'll say, I don't really understand what it is you're saying, and I don't believe it, but I do appreciate you being in human form. And it comes from one to the other like this. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Not all of the two camps come together. Perhaps one will. Perhaps there'll be one on each side. Coming to a place of understanding. It's not really understanding, you see. It's a place of acceptance of one another, even though you disagree. This is love. This is what the universe of love is all about. And this is what each of you are capable of and understand completely. Because you are love. It's part of your insides, you see. There's no way for you not to hold this information deep inside of you. You understand what unconditional love is because you are unconditional love. And you are part of the universe of unconditional love. So you know what it feels like when it comes forward. So remember, the middle of the road is only for one or two of you. Most of you will live in one side or the other. But perhaps you could be the one that comes out to meet your other opposite brother and understand one another in this way. Perhaps it will be you coming to the middle of the road. There is much love here for you. Namaste. Oh, that sounds cool. I might end up in the hippie camp, it sounds like. On the left. That's probably where I am. Not so much on the other side. Whoops. Bye.